Hello dear traders, welcome to the weekly review of Trading Hero 20K strategy. My name is Oleg, I'm the author of this strategy and this is our first video, so I will tell you a bit about the trading strategy and then we'll check all our trades and also analyze the markets. So we start from the MyFxBook page. As you can see, we have a real trading account that was monitored since January 2019. The cumulative profit is around 600%. The maximum trailing drawdown is below 30, so it means that our profit to loss ratio is 20:1 if we compare the cumulative profit to the total drawdown. We already withdrew all the funds that we put into this account and we trade only on the profit that we gained. So let's check all the trades. We start from the weekly performance. You can see that here we have very modest profitability of 0.3% because we trade with conservative risks on this account. Those traders who trade with more aggressive risks, of course, they have 2 or maybe some of the traders have 3 times more profits than we do, but this account is designed for conservative trading to show you that the strategy works. And then it's up to you to decide with which risks you can continue trading. So this week we earned 0.3%, profit from the beginning of the month is 1%, and profit from the beginning of the year is almost 14% in conservative variant and 28% in more aggressive. Let's switch to the MetaTrader and check all the trades in the details. We are on an hourly time frame. You can see 8 currency pairs, and the first currency pair in our review is Aussie CAD. As I mentioned, we are on an hourly time frame. With the gray rectangle, I highlighted the trading area of the previous week, and each vertical line separates one trading day. Speaking about the technical picture, you can see that we were in a local downtrend for the last 2 weeks, and this week changed a lot, and you can see that market is going upwards. That's why you can see that we were only selling during this moment. We also had one sell trade from the previous week. We didn't close any trades because there were no sufficient corrections to close all the trades with a profit. So we can say that for this currency pair, this week was a week to gain the positions. If we check a higher time frame, let's say a daily time frame, you can see that we are very close to yearly high. And if we zoom out the chart, you can see that this price is really very high, and we were at the same level only, how do you think when? In 2021. So 5 years ago we've seen these prices the last time. But let's be honest, it was the highest price of the year. So if we speak about the prices that market was trading, I mean the range that market was trading at least a few months, this is a level of prices of 2018. So it means that locally and globally market is very overbought, which significantly increases the chances of further correction. So that's why I'm really calm about our positions, despite that we are walking currently against the global trend. Actually, we are in a consolidation phase. You can see that we stay here for 2 months, and that's why the probability of correction is also quite high. The next currency pair is Aussie NZD, and here you can see pretty similar picture. We were in an uptrend, but in difference to the previous currency pair, there was no downtrend for the last 2 weeks, and we can see that we are clearly growing and moving towards the local highs. Actually, we were selling the same as on the previous currency pair. We closed 2 small trades, but the main battlefield is hidden in these sequences of trades that we are currently gaining. If we move further and gain more trades and then go down after reaching this previous local high, I think we're gonna get very good profits. But let's see how it goes. So far everything looks very good. As for the daily time frame, you can see that the picture is pretty similar. We are in a strong global uptrend, and here we are also in a consolidation. The next currency pair is Aussie USD, and here you can see that we are in a downtrend. Yeah, an interesting picture. Aussie CAD and Aussie NZD are in an uptrend, and Aussie USD is in a downtrend. This is the diversification I usually speak about when it comes to speaking about the different currency pairs and trading cross rates and also trading major currency pairs. So here we have a downtrend, but I can say that this week we saw a correction from this down wave. If we shift to, let it be 4-hour time frame, you can see that this downward movement actually was a part of a bigger time frame. So you can see that we have impulse, we have corrective waves, and we have another impulse wave that actually might break the previous local lows. And actually I think that this is the main scenario for the next week, and the price will likely break the previous local lows, which will allow us to open a buy trade on the second algorithm, because here we have two bots trading, and also we're gonna average the trade with this algorithm. We have very modest profits because there was only one trade in the sequence. The more trades in the sequence we have, the bigger profit we make. This is the logic of the strategy. For example, here you can see we closed 4 trades and we made $25. Here we closed one trade, we made from 1 to 6. It depends obviously on the take profit of the strategy and on the execution of the trade and spread widening as well, because sometimes, especially during the news events, the spreads are very high and the execution is far from perfect, so we can make usually more than we can do on paper if we calculate the theoretical result. But however, everything looks fine. We have only one open trade. And as for the daily time frame, Aussie USD, as we can see, actually it is in a consolidation. We had an uptrend, but this uptrend was broken at the beginning of this month, and since then we are in a consolidation. Maybe it will turn out as a down wave and we'll see another local low, but it's still too early to say that we're in a global downtrend, because we need to think to break the previous support level to say that, okay, yeah, now we have the downtrend. So far, we are in a consolidation phase. The next currency pair is Euro-GBP. It is the slowest pair from all of the pairs in our portfolio. You can see that we reached actually the one of the previous local highs. We closed this trade with a very small profit because we paid a lot of swaps for holding this trade. Yeah, the volatility on this pair is quite low. And then we also sold here because we were very close to the previous local high. So currently we have one open trade. And as for the daily time frame, you can see that slowly but steady we're going downwards. So we met quite a serious resistance, quite a serious support. But still you can see that the price is pushed towards the lower and lower prices. So I think that there is a probability that we're gonna break this support level and move downwards. The next currency pair is GBP-USD. Here the situation is also quite simple. We are falling down after the, I think, 3 weeks and a half of a consolidation. We finally broke this support level. We had a grid of 3 trades that we closed with a small profit, and on the daily time frame we can see that GBP-USD is also heading to its local lows. We're currently on one of the support levels that we were reacting to previously, but I'm not sure that this level will be serious at this time. Maybe we're gonna go deeper, because you can see that still the incline is showing us, at least if we look at the local extremos, local maximums, we're going downwards. Let's see how it goes. The next currency pair is GBP-CAD. Here you can see that we opened a bunch of trades that we were holding since the previous week, finally on the correction. Actually, it was the bottom of Friday, so it's very good that we closed there, because later you can see that the price reversed and we opened a trade with one of our algorithms. So currently we are in the market, I would say in the middle of the local consolidation, and on the daily time frame you can see that this consolidation is a part of a consolidation of a global daily time frame. Then USD-CAD, we have a really fantastic uptrend that lasts for more than, I think, months and a half, almost 2 months. You can see that we have a very steady growth, and we started gaining positions much earlier, and we are still in the market. But if we zoom out and let's say switch to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that at the time when we start gaining these positions, it was the middle of this channel. So we had this price channel, yeah, we had the resistance levels, we had the support levels, and we were in the middle. So actually the idea was to get benefits from the downward movement of the market, but it didn't happen. No problem, we still can average the trades because we have more trades to average here. Now the drawdown on the account, if we count all the trades, is not very big. It is around $600 out of 30K, so it is around 2%, meaning that we can gain more and more positions and close them when the price reverses. And will the price reverse? Let's check the daily time frame. What is interesting here, you can see that we broke the highs of 2025, of October 2025, because here we also were in 2025, but I can see that this is the highest price for this year and the highest price for the last year and a half. It's very serious in terms of the potential resistance. And if we check the number of consecutive growing days, you can see that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, not too many, but considering that before we had a lot of green days almost with no corrections, we had a couple of dodges here. So we can say that this is a single moment with no corrections, which is around 600 pips. It's a lot, even for USD CAD. So that's why I expect the correction from the next week. And the last currency pair for today is NZD CAD. Here you can see corridor. We can say that maybe it is a descending channel because the local lows are lowering, but the local highs, I would say, they stay more or less at the same levels. We were selling, closing buying trades and buying, so it's absolutely normal. Different algorithms have different parameters. That's why we can buy and sell simultaneously or very close. One algorithm can open, buy and sell trade. It is okay. They have completely different rules to gain the positions and to exit from this position. And on the daily time frame, NZD CAD shows us moderate growth. I would say we are going in frames of a consolidation. We're going higher to the previous local highs, but once again, this is a cross rate, so it rarely happens when we can see strong unidirectional movements like on USD CAD, for example. Now here you can see that we're going up and down, up and down, up and down. And this is the main benefit of this currency pair, because on these moments, the strategies that we use, they are able to gain enough of positions and to average them, to close them with moderate risks and generate stable profits. I hope that those of you who started trading with us this week also made good profits with us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your personal managers. I'll keep you updated on our trading results at the end of each trading day of the next week. And on the next weekend, I will also record the next video review. Thank you for your attention and see you the next week.